Hi everyone! Fall is the time for colds, which you might hear in my voice. And when I want to give something to someone with a cold, I want to give them some tea, because tea is good for a sore throat. And this is a tea bag pouch. It looks like a tea bag and it's a pouch and it contains some teas. And these are the supplies I'm using for it: the Lawn Fawn caramel apple, mini stamp set, some flea market Doodlebug design ink pattern papers, where I also kind of stole the color combination because I would never have thought about this. I cut a strip of 8.5 by 4 inch from this Summer Splash cardstock by MFT. And on the short side, I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch and then at 3.5 inches. And this gives you 1/2 inch tabs on both sides. And for this construction, you do need your side tabs to be a little bit wider than I usually do them, just to be able to keep everything contained. Because I'm matching a tea bag size, I'm doing mine at 3.25, 6.5. That is the height for the height of the box, and then I score at 8 to give it 1/2 inch for the tab, and then just the middle part for where it stands just being wide enough. I really didn't care about the width there that much. It just fitted perfectly on the side of a letter size cardstock, so that's why it's that size. I'm going to first cut away some paper for the bottom. So the small and the next to smallest tabs are cut away on the sides. So you kind of get that middle part, which is the bottom where the box will stand. And I also angle the side tabs. And it's important to angle the side tabs because otherwise it can be hard to actually fold this together. And I give it quite an angle, because I kind of liked how it looked. So yeah, that's why. And I'm doing the same on both sides, and that's how it's done. For the kind of fold in tab, I actually round the corner with a 1/2 inch crocodile border rounder punch. This is how I fold it together. I first fold it together so it lays flat, and then I just push it out a little bit and then put down the little tab. It makes it a little bit easier actually than trying to fit it in directly. And these are the tea bags I'm using, which is the 4 o'clock gingerbread tea bags. So for the decoration, the focal image is going to be that cute little apple from that caramel apple stamp set. I love the mini stamp sets because you can use them for like mini packages and stuff, and I just love them. I kind of collect them. And then you just have to use that super cute little face on that little apple, because it's like you're the apple on my eye, like the caramel apple on my eye. So it's kind of a twinkling little apple. For the color scheme for the apple itself, I'm using YR15 for my base color, and then I'm going in with R08 as my darkest, R05 as my mid-tone, and because it's so small I just use 3 color. I top it off with the YR15 and you get this really deep orangey red. Then I'm going to do the caramel part, and my favorite caramel combination is the YR23, 24 and 27. They really give you a very deep caramel color. I love these pens, and also these are actually colors I don't use that often, so they're super easy to blend. And the last part I'm doing is the stick with E33 and 35, and all the materials, including the Copic colors that I've used, are listed in the description down below, but also on my blog. Then I use some fussy cutting scissors to cut this out. If you do have the matching die, those make things very much easier, but with these little stamps, fussy cutting doesn't take that long time. For the sentiment, I'm gonna actually make it in 3 different parts. So I'm gonna stamp the little text, which is the caramel apple on my eye, a little bit apart, just at the edge of this cardstock, and then I'm going in with this little flag end die from the Blueprints 28 die package. You don't need it, but I kind of like how they are a little bit softer as the flags are. Then I'm using this mini die. I love this doily, mini doily die. I love doilies, and having them as dies is awesome because then you can cut them in any color you want and match them however you want. I also do a scalloped circle to kind of mat that doily because I didn't want it to get lost in the pattern paper. For the glitter cardstock, I cut it at 2 3/4 and 3 1/4. So it's gonna go the full length of the cardstock but with a little border, or full length of the box. Then for the pattern paper, I also cut that at 2 1/2 to give it another quarter, make it a 1/4 inch, but at 3 1/4. Then I'm gonna layer my little pieces for my focal image, the orange glittered cardstock, the little doily. And because I'm putting it on some glitter, I'm adding a little bit of glue on top of that tape runner. The tape runner will help keep it in place while the glue kind of dries. And I'm doing the same here. I'm not putting on a lot of glue because I do have that tape runner, but because I'm matting it onto glitter cardstock, and this is a very glittery cardstock, I kind of needed that extra hold. I'm just using the tape runner on the back side of the glitter cardstock. As you see here, the whole panel will go from the bottom to the top, and I'm choosing to do it on the kind of flap side because then you won't see the little part in between the flap, the back flap basically. So I'm choosing to make that the front page. And then I'm adding some tape, foam tape, to all of the other pieces, and I'm layering them. So I'm writing here, "You're the caramel apple of my eye," because it's a super cute little sentiment, and it's super cool that you can separate it like this into these little mini flags, and just trying to portion them evenly. And the last part is to put on the little apple, and the box is basically done. So I'm putting my tea bags back in, just fold it together. Again, I fold it around the tea bags and push them together to make it flat first, and then I'm just opening up a little and letting that little piece put in. You can always use a little bit of tape if it will want to fall apart. Mine doesn't want to fall apart, so I kind of like that. And this is how it looked. A super simple tutorial with a super simple box, but it was a lot of fun to do, and it's super fall glittery. I really had a lot of fun doing this. So thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. If you like this, please hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And thank you again for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!